Why does the negative sign go away? The negative sign goes away because let me get this set up. When you divide by something, it's like you're multiplying by that thing to the negative power. So let me give you an example. If I take 1 times 5 to the second, that's 1 times 5 squared is 25. If I multiply 1 times 5 to the first, 5 to the first is 5, so that's going to end up being 5. If I multiply 1 times 5 to the 0, well, what's the pattern here? Every time that I go down, I'm going down 1 on the power, and so I end up dividing by 5. So I divide by 5, I divide by 5, and I end up with 1 here. Okay, and now if I go into the negatives, 1 times 5 to the negative 1, I divide by 5 again. Now look at what I've got written left to right. It's 1 divided by 5, but I could write that vertically as 1 divided by 5 to the first power, and 1 divided by 5 to the first. Notice that's 1 over 5 to the positive 1, and that's the same thing as 1 times 5 to the negative 1. So when you have a negative power, that's the same thing as division by the power being positive. So on this problem, I've got 3a to the 4th b to the negative 2. I could write that as 3a to the 4th, and then the b to the negative 2. If I put it down on the bottom, it's now positive. Now everything's being raised to the second power. Okay, now when something's being raised to a power, everything in parentheses, everything inside that parentheses gets raised to that power. So the 3 gets raised to that power, a to the 4th gets raised to that power, and the b squared on the bottom gets raised to that power. Alright, and now we end up with a 9. A to the 4th times 2, remember when it's powers to powers we multiply, so that's a to the 8th. And then on the bottom, 2 times 2 is 4, so b to the 4th. So there's our answer.